It's commonly understood that a U.S. president can only serve 2 terms. But, as many of you watching probably already know, there's one very notable exception to this. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He served 4 terms between 1933 and 1945, which was when he made the significant constitutional decision to die. But since every president before and after him only served at most 2 terms, how did the American people react to Roosevelt doing this? And did anyone try to stop him? The 2-term limit presidents followed actually started with George Washington Dash, who, toward the end of his 2nd term, realized he hated his job and chose not to run again. He didn't do it because he believed in a 2-term rule, but because leaders should be willing to give up power without any trouble. Later, when it was clear that John Adams wouldn't win a 2nd term, some of Washington's supporters asked him to run for a 3rd time. He said no, because he was happily retired. Many saw this as Washington disapproving of 3rd terms. But that was just a tradition, not a law. So did any other presidents try running for a 3rd term? Well, yes, quite a few of them. The first president to openly consider breaking that tradition was Ulysses S. Grant. However, his party refused to nominate him. After that, Grover Cleveland was offered a 3rd run by his party in 1896. But he knew full well that by then, pretty much everyone hated him. So, he declined. The first president with any real shot at actually winning a 3rd term was none other than Theodore Roosevelt. His party offered him a 3rd term, but he turned it down, wanting to honor Washington's example. However, when he realized his successor was awful, he tried to get the Republican nomination again. But the party stuck with William Taft. As a result, new Dash party, the Bull Moose Party. He ran against Taft, split the vote, and finished with a respectable 2nd place behind Woodrow Wilson. Wilson also wanted a 3rd term, but his party refused to nominate him. So, until FDR, the tradition stayed intact. So what exactly changed with Roosevelt? Well, with World War II raging in Europe, FDR believed his opponent, the professionally oddly named Wendell Willkie, would let Britain fall and tear apart his New Deal policies. What made this time different was that his party actually agreed. Now, as you can imagine, a 3rd term was highly controversial. The Republican Party accused Roosevelt of acting like a dictator, and waiting in the 3rd term was un-American. Broadly speaking, though, most Americans were more focused on getting through those turbulent times. Ultimately, Roosevelt was seen as more trustworthy than Willkie on both economic and foreign policy. That's why he won the 1940 election easily. He then ran for, and won, a 4th term, which surprised absolutely no one. However, he died shortly afterward. By 1947, many politicians from both parties were worried that letting presidents serve too long could lead to national stagnation. That concern led to the introduction of the 22nd Amendment, which prohibited presidents from serving more than 2 terms. The 22nd Amendment had one exception, Harry Truman. That's because he was already president at the time, so he was allowed to run again if he wanted. He gave it a try, but his growing unpopularity made it clear. His party would have preferred to nominate literally anyone else. So, he stepped aside, ending the final attempt at having a 3-term president. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Huge thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment, and share it with someone who'd enjoy it too.